honestly don't know how many of you actually play like this, but I personally have been known to try to speedrun things like woohoo and dating and marriage in The Sims. And if you've got tiny living, it is a complete game changer for stuff like that because in micro homes, you get double relationship gain. So if you're trying to romance someone, you can literally talk to them like a handful of times on a tiny house and then basically instantly have both a full friendship and romance bar. And after playing Lovestruck a bunch, I've kind of realized that the love bug trait is pretty good for that too. I feel like love bug sims tend to get that pink bar up pretty high pretty quickly. So that kind of got me thinking, how good would those two things be together? If you had a love bug sim living in a tiny house, you could probably marry the entire town so fast. So that's what I want to do today. I want to try to build a micro home that would be useful for those of us who are trying to romance the entire game. This is the kind of thing that sounds so bad out of context. Like if somebody just walked past and overheard you listening to this video and they're just like, I'm sorry, what are you watching? They're gonna try to do what to the entire town? I've been playing the Black Widow challenge this week on my Twitch channel, and that's even worse. In the Black Widow challenge, you date, marry, and then kill all of the rich people in the game. It's kind of like Kiss, Marry, Kill, but you take it literally. So you meet Jeffrey Landgrab, you move into his house, you marry him, you kill him, and then steal his house, and then do it again to 10 other rich people. Sounds really bad when you first hear it. Oh, and this lot has terrible lighting. Forgive me, but I think I'm gonna build it backwards just to start off with because this side is a little bit better and then we'll flip it around at the end. I'm gonna make it into a tiny home and we're gonna try and do it as a micro home. The only problem is micro homes are really small. Like that's the max number of tiles we're allowed to have. And the other problem is that all of the builds nearby, like all of the fake lots, they have a bunch of half walls. So I would love to have half walls on the roof. You just can't really do that because then it counts as a tile. So here's a little pro tip for you. You see if I close in the room, now it thinks I have 64 tiles. That's bad. We don't want that. But you can do this and be kind of sneaky. So you can build a half wall somewhere else and then move it to fill in the room. And now the game doesn't class this as being a room. It looks closed in, but it's not a room. So you can do that and still have the half walls, but not have it glitch out the tile count. I guess it's not a glitch. It's just how it works. Tiles just work like that in the game. This is kind of a sneaky way to get around it. You can do that with half walls, with fences, and you could even do it with real walls if you want to. You just gotta be kind of careful because obviously that makes a room. We don't want that. But if you just build it out slightly close and then move in the last wall, the game doesn't see this as being a room. And you can be a little bit sneaky and put a roof on top of it. You are gonna have some kind of weird lighting glitches. Like you see how the flooring is kind of weird. Like the floor looks like it's outside, but the walls are fine. It's a little bit easier to see with wood floors because these are the same color floor. This one just looks really strange, but it is a way to have extra space and then have it still be a micro home. So I do that a lot in like my 100 baby challenge, but we're not gonna do that here, I don't think, unless it's decorative. I might do it here to have something decorative. I think I'm gonna use a kind of tall half wall on the roof. I don't know if I should do this, but I wanna make sure that your Sims can actually get into this front door. So I'm kind of trying to raise that up as high as it'll let me. I had some issues with this thing before. Maybe I'll get a Sim. Look at how ridiculous it looks from the managed world. It's like this big on the lot. Well, the lighting's actually not that bad in the morning on this lot. That's good to know. All right, Eliza, come here. No, she can't get in there. See what I mean? How come she can't get under that thing? Doesn't that feel ridiculous? Like, how can she not walk past that? They do have some from Jungle Adventure, and she can surely get underneath that. Okay, that base game one's just bad and annoying. Well, whatever. I'll go back to a shorter roof then. I guess that's fine. I don't really care. I think I probably will use a bunch of the Lovestruck doors and windows, though, because that just looks so nice. This is probably not going to be a limited pack build, by the way. I should warn you now, I can see myself probably using quite a few packs in this one. Here's my initial thought for the kitchen and like living space. Oh my gosh, the cat has been everywhere in this video. She was up there, she went down, she left, she came back, she tried to get on my desk, she went back to that, she's on the desk again. You're probably watching this like, what is going on, Kayla? Who is that cat and what is she doing? This is Snap. She clearly really wants to hang out with us, so I will let her. Okay, that does not ever come in a single door that matches. Okay, so imagine it like this. We've got a little bathroom door right here. The bathroom can be teeny tiny on purpose. That's totally fine. I wasn't really planning on using a Lovestruck bed, but I might. I don't think I'll use that one. I think that one's too much. couch. I would actually really like to have bar stools. I like the bar stools because I feel like it's a nice way for you to put a laptop or something. Because if we did it like this, we have a fully functional kitchen and they can still cook on these counters and they can eat there. So it like becomes multifunctional. Of course, these don't match either. These are a different color than the door is. Because why would they match? That would just make too much sense. Sims wood colors matching? I mean, come on, of course not. That's my bad for assuming that they might match together. Okay, how about we put the bed over here in this little corner? Eliza, you're like so in the way. Can you get out of here, please? All right, there we go. I really like the idea of having a couch over here. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. Imagine if there's a TV on this thing. Of course, this is a little bit wider than it maybe needs to be, but you could totally have the TV back there and then have a couch lined up next to it. Do you think I could put a built-in bookshelf instead and then scoot it out a little bit? That might be a waste of space, but I do kind of like how it looks, so I might do it anyway. I'm also really not concerned with how the back looks. Honestly, I'm probably not gonna put any windows in the back just because I wanna have an easier access to the bathroom. I'd like to get a nightstand for the bed. I'm trying to think what else might be good to put in this corner, because we could probably have an easel or something, and that might be a nice way to have an extra skill building item in the tiny house. How much is this worth? 10,000 only? That's wild. I wonder if any of these will kind of match the vibes that I'm going for. That's not so bad. I kind of like the color scheme of that, actually. I feel like we can make that all work together. Okay, let's see if we can do that. I also quite like the idea of this couch. I just don't know if this one will come in any colors that match. Honestly, the pinkish one's not that bad. I just don't know if that looks okay with the rug. And I'm kind of set on the rug now because I liked it. Let's try this, and then maybe I could scoot everything over more, and perhaps there could be like a little plant. I want to like this plant so bad, but the lighting is always so bugged on it. They always do this. They make these nice plants, but they're like kind of glitched. So you can't very well use that because it looks like it's outdoors. There's another one. It's from Get Together. It's been that way forever. This thing, it looks all dark and shadowy inside, but if it's outside, it looks beautiful. And they've never fixed that all these years, and they've literally never fixed it. I'm actually obsessed with this Lovestruck painting too. I think this is so pretty. I've been using that like all over the place, I know, but it looks so good. Oh, you know what else? We could probably put in some sort of mirror on this wall, because that's a way to use up that space. This is the thing about tiny homes. You have to be thinking about like every little corner. What can I put here? What will fit in this corner? That's kind of what I like about building them so much. I just think it's fun to try to envision how we can make the space work better. I am gonna put a fire alarm also. I don't always do that, but I think we probably should. I think we probably should for this space. You know what else I'm not so sure about with Lovestruck is the curtains. I feel like they don't match well enough to the other furniture. I don't know if that makes sense, but I just kind of wish there were a few more swatches or something on the curtains. I do like how this looks so far though. I think it's turning out kind of cute. I want to get some more plants. I'm thinking like some hanging plants from Paranormal, because then we can, oh, okay, we have to be careful about how we put this. I don't want it to clip with the TV, and it does. Uh-oh. Can I raise that up? How high can you raise it up without it clipping into the roof? That is the question, because I want to put things on the roof also. Oh, you can put it up a little bit extra. Okay, one more. Still not clipping. Okay, good. That's nice. Yeah, I just really don't want this to be clipping inside. Oh, I changed the color and it messed up. 1, 2, 3. I just don't want it to clip in the TV. That makes no sense. I'm also kind of wondering if we can get some pet stuff, because we could totally have a little dog bowl right here. Maybe I can bring in more green that way. Why do these not come in like a dark green? I want that dark green color. That's fine. We can do a pet bowl like that. And then I guess the dog doesn't need to have a dog bed because they can just sleep on the couch. If we're gonna have a dog, we should probably have pet toys. Ugh. I don't know where to put it. I guess the pet toys could go in front of this, but maybe we can just stick a couple on the floor somewhere and then call it a day. That might be a little bit easier. Okay, I'll leave them like that. Okay, so if we're gonna do the little art studio thing, I might get a cuter easel than that one because that one's kind of ick. And I want to get some canvases. I just like the idea of there being some cuter stuff in here, although that's really bothering me. The way that the curtain clips into the paintings is so not the vibe. Maybe if I block that with the easel, it won't be so bad. Because I'm gonna use one of the ones that are a bit bigger from the career. Like that one, I guess that doesn't really block it either, does it? You can still see it, but maybe it's not as bad if it's like sort of hidden a bit more, maybe. I'm just gonna keep trying to tell myself that. What about another hanging plant? Because Blooming Rooms has hanging plants, and one of them is quite big. So like this thing might cover the curtain. Oh, there we go. That doesn't cover it perfectly, but it does kind of distract from it. And that's what we need. Can she still use this? I don't want to test it yet. No, I will. Eliza, come here. Make a large classic painting. Oh yeah, she's fine. Okay, that one's kind of ugly though, so don't finish it. Scrap that and then get out. I don't know why I've got Eliza Pancakes as a test sim. She's like the last last person you want to have around for stuff like this. My next order of business is going to be to clutter the place up a little bit. We just have to be kind of careful as we go in and do that because we want to clutter it, but we want it to still work. My favorite plant in the entire game, and I'm not exaggerating, is this little one from Greenhouse Haven. I think this is so cute. Also, what I'm doing right now may be a fire hazard, but that's okay. Let's just try not to worry about that too much, all right? I'm also gonna put some clutter around. I think having some books here, maybe in the green and red. Are there any sort of little like things that might be cute? Like we could put the dog statue because we're trying to say this sim has a dog. All right, and that leaves us with just the bathroom left to finish. If we really needed to, we probably could have had this fit in an even smaller space, but we can make this work. I'm also gonna use the golden shower from this new pack. I don't, sorry, I get golden shower, I can't. I just want to use the new shower. It's like the university shower, so they can step on top of it. So it works really nicely in these little tiny spaces like this. Also, my favorite tile, like literally ever, is from For Rent, so I'm gonna use that in here. Lovestruck does have tile, so I suppose if we really wanted to, we could try to use the Lovestruck tile instead. Maybe I should use that instead because I keep using the same tile from For Rent, so in hindsight, it's probably better if we like switch it up a little bit. I think I'll try and get a kind of cute, maybe like a pink. No, I don't like the pink. Is there like an orangey color? Or even the dark green might work. Okay, let's try that for the bathroom. That can be fully done. I might use that same tile because I like that as a backsplash actually. The only thing I'm a little bit unsure about as far as like last bits of furniture go is maybe trying to put a rug in here. Emphasis on maybe, like we could do that. We could also instead get, I think it's from City Living. Yeah, like this. We could also instead put something kind of like this underneath our little art section. That doesn't come in any colors, but that might be nice just to have some more stuff in the room. And it's kind of non-intrusive as well, so it's easy to put there. I do want to have something on the wall in the back. I don't really think that doing this here is a good idea. Oh, should I put this outside? Probably not, right? Oh, but it looks so cute. Could we do like the one peachy color in the back? Because that's pretty. I'm kind of wondering now about maybe having a shelf or something. I need to scoot some stuff around so we can fit this, but I feel like this has some potential. And we can use the new little flowers that I like so much. Okay, let's do that. Oh, that actually even slots there. That's better. There's also candles from Lovestruck. I just don't know if they're too big to put on this shelf or not. Oh, they're a little bit big. And also putting those next to the curtains is a bad idea. Oh, what about this? Do any of those match? Oh no, you know what? That's pretty cute. Let's try that because that brings some more of the color over there. Okay, this thing is 1,030 simoleons, but it looks so cute. Oh, here's an idea. I might put like a little frame. These are for photos. So if you have like date photos, you can hang these up right here. Wait, I'm actually gonna put a bunch of these. Honestly, if I was playing in this house, I would probably, I don't know about that. I was gonna say if I was playing here, I'd probably do that custom and just like place them on the wall and not put them in the frame, but I'm gonna leave that there because that's helpful for gameplay. I was gonna say we've really gone like all out with the interior on this. It took me so long to do and it's so small. I want to put my own fence, but this lot is so weird because it's got like the fence behind it. So I'd love to like do my own little custom thing, but it doesn't really work. All right, I'm gonna put a ladder over here so that you can get onto the roof. Oh, this does not want to work. There we go. I'm currently trying to pretend this lot is smaller than it is just by like putting stuff down. I'm also adding in a pool. I don't know if I should be doing that. Part of me is kind of thinking like, oh, maybe it's better to not have a pool and like have the place be a little bit cheaper. But then part of me is thinking, who cares about it being cheap? We're just trying to marry people. It's no longer a tiny home. I've made it a little bit too expensive. Actually, if I get rid of the fences, it probably would go back to being a tiny home. They're so expensive. Yeah, 21,000 without the fences. Wow. I meant starter home, not tiny home. Sorry. Forgive me. Maybe I'll get a cheaper TV. Now I'm kind of thinking like, oh, maybe we should try and keep it as a starter home. I can do that. It's not hard. 19,742. Oh, that's easy. Okay. I'm gonna look around the Lovestruck debug real quick and just see if there's anything else I want to get. I know I want to have a woohoo blanket upstairs. And there's some things like this little table that might be kind of nice. There are also some little plants that we haven't really used yet. This is what I was really looking for. I'm gonna try and put some of these trees around because I know that we're gonna need to like fill in the back of the lot a little bit more. Kind of obsessed with this palm tree. I wonder if there's like a planter I could put that in. Oh, there's also the little pergola. That might actually be a kind of nice thing for us to put right here. Okay, this is the planter that I was talking about. I want to get this little Herbert Hart plush. I haven't used that like anywhere yet. Look at how cute that is. Okay, that's adding more money to the house. Does this fit? Oh, a little bit too small. All right, if you want to try and match these fences, by the way, they are in base game debug. You just gotta scroll until you find them in the right place. Here we go. You can also kind of overlap them if you need to. So you can sort of see that's what I've done here. Ooh, that's annoying. Oh, I don't like that at all. Okay, well, originally we had it like this. It just really bugs me right there in that corner, but I guess nothing can be done about that. You have to pick which corner you want it to match in. There's just like a little bit of clipping happening with some of the bushes, so I'm gonna switch the sides. I don't like how these look. Ooh, what if I use those? That's simple. I wish they were like a little bit taller. I like the height of these ones. There is also like this type of bush, and that has some kind of cool flowers on it too. Oh, you know what? That might be fun. Well, I guess this isn't orange. That's kind of like a purpley color. Oh, nothing matches it. I don't think I like those. I keep trying. I just don't know if I can do it. I'm also kind of trying to get some bushes like over there. I know it's weird to have them double layered like that, but I think it helps. I'm really trying so hard to make it look like this blends into the lot. It's so annoying how there's like a gap between this and the fence. On one hand, I kind of love how there's a fence that's like sort of attached to the lot because it looks cool. But then on the other hand, I'm sat here like I have literally no idea how to make this look good. I do like that little blanket. I think that's cool for the roof. I will get a pool ladder too. Okay, how much is this worth now? 21,000. Oh, it's okay. It doesn't have to be a starter home. I have no need to sit here and like make it all super cheap. I just got excited that I might be able to. The way this is right now is actually pretty nice. I honestly don't even think it's bad. There's probably a couple little things that could be done. Like obviously we could use some terrain paint. I might also, ew, these are weird, the swatches. I might also like to get a couple of these little lights. I feel like that won't hurt to have. It helps to brighten the place up just like the tiniest bit. And then maybe if we had a pool light or two, maybe like one on each side. It's very dark and sad over here. That's okay. There's only so much that can be done. I think that this is probably the best that's gonna happen for us. It's a very simple little micro home. It's actually really cheap, which is good. Again, I wasn't trying to make a starter home. I just got excited that I thought I could when I realized it wasn't that expensive. Oh, I'm missing a trash can. Let me get one of those too. But there, look, we got outdoor seating. There's a grill. You can get onto the roof. There's a pool. There's some lounge chairs. We got a fully functional house. And it's space for at least 2 Sims if you want to have a dog. I'm gonna call it a Lovestruck micro home. It is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. It's more of a studio than a 1 bed, but that's okay. I'm almost scared to know how many packs are in this. Once I upload it, we'll find out, and I honestly don't even know if I want to know. Ugh, oh my god, it's so tiny. The house is so small and it uses so many packs. Hey, it looks cute though, right? I had fun with this one. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I love a good micro home. And I think on that note, I'm gonna end the video right here. Normally I'd give a tour, but like, what are we gonna tour? That's the whole thing right there. This is the size of a bedroom in a lot of the houses that I built. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Oh, the cat's back on the tree. She's been a star in like every single one of my videos recently, huh?